그냥 네 맘을 모두 다 알 수 있는 것 같아 너를 안지 않아도 늘 떨리는 내 맘이 참 놀라워 왜 그럴까 왜 네 앞에서는 이렇게 특별할 수 있는지
All right, now we are here in the studio, here at Indie Afternoon. We have a special guest, and we just heard a track from him, from his new mini album, I guess you could call it. We have John Park.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We just heard a song called 왜 그럴까?
Yeah.
This is from your new mini album.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
It's going good. Finally started to be busy again, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, as many of you do know, of course, John Park, you are from Chicago, Illinois.
Yes, I am.
In the United States.
Chicago.
And of course, I'm sure many of our Indie Afternoon listeners, especially foreign listeners, will know you from the ever so famous show, American Idol.
Yes, American Idol Season 9.
Season 9.
I was on it. And actually went all the way to top 20 before getting eliminated.
Okay.
And yeah, that was a fun ride.
How was your experience?
The American Idol experience?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was so nervous back then.
Okay.
And it feels like years ago, but it's only been 2 years.
2 years,
actually.
Right? Okay.
But the whole experience was it was a little daunting at first. But I think I learned a lot about myself and just what it means to kind of be on a big stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of my confidence grew a lot through that experience.
I'm sure.
Which is good. Yeah.
Right. You have been in, how did you start in music in the first place? I mean, I'm sure one day you just woke up, you saw American Idol, I'm just going to go out there and try. I'm sure it's nothing like that because...
So I had a lot of influence from my family, actually.
Okay.
My dad always sang in the church choir.
I see.
And my older cousins sang in school in a cappella groups. So I thought that looked fun. So I auditioned when I got to high school.
Okay.
And that's how I actually started singing. It was with groups of people. Yeah.
So just all basically in school, did you have your own kind of bands and stuff? And what was your whole, starting point? I mean, did your parents start you on an instrument in the beginning?
Right. When I was little, I started the piano.
As all Asian kids do.
Exactly. So I didn't really keep up with it that much. I quit after a few years. Yeah, but just through the school, I joined the choir at first. And then from that, it was a cappella groups. And I kind of stuck with the a cappella thing. And even in college, I was in a group. So actually, when I auditioned for Idol, was the first time I stood on stage by myself, which was why I think it was even more daunting than it should have been.
I see.
You
okay.
know? Yeah.
Can you give us a little background about? I'm sure a lot of people are curious about the whole process of getting into American Idol and going on the show. And I'm sure, as far as that you went, I mean, that's very far as contestants go. I mean, that whole experience, and I mean, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right. So basically, you show up at a stadium, right?
A stadium,
yeah.
Right.
And there will be like maybe like 20, 30,000 people that show up, and you basically have like about 10 seconds. It's like a factory line, and people just file in and out of these booths, and you have 10 seconds. You don't even say your name. You just sing whatever you want, and if they like you, it's usually from that stage, it's like 1 out of maybe 100, 200 people get picked. So that's the first round.
Wow.
And then there's a second preliminary and a third.
Okay.
And then the fourth one is the one you see on TV with the judges,
with the
celebrity judges.
Okay.
So, there's a lot of behind the scenes, auditions that go on. And, that's when they filter through the good people and like the really funny people that you also see on TV. Right. So it's actually really interesting how everything works. Yeah.
Okay. So how was it? I mean, I think, what does it become more nerve-wracking as you go along, or is it more nerve-wracking in the beginning? I mean, most people, when you start something off, I mean, you get a little more experience, so you get more relaxed as you go along. But I'm thinking maybe for American Idol, you're just a little more relaxed, and it gets a little and the further that you get along. I mean, how was it for you?
For me, I was very nervous in the beginning.
Okay.
And then it was, going okay. I was, my confidence was growing. And then came the live show, where, literally millions of people are watching. And I just froze. I was so nervous. That was, I think, the peak point of like the nerves.
Well, you looked fantastic on TV, and Shania Twain loved you. I'm so jealous.
It's probably like the happiest moment of my life, Shania Twain complimenting me on my, lips and my bottom end. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I remember watching that episode. I was like, yeah, man. Especially for a Korean,
Represents, right.
You made us proud.
Thank you.
And how about your experience? I mean, of course, in your experience here in Korea, and Superstar K, of course.
Yeah.
What was, how was your experience with that?
It was a lot different, I think. Especially it being my second audition program. I think I was less nervous.
Okay.
But I think I took it more seriously this time around, because American Idol was kind of like, I'll try this for fun, and like, this experience is so cool, and I'm, just living in the moment.
Right.
But Superstar K, it felt more real. And as I went along the show, the possibility of being a singer in Korea, became an actual possibility. It could become a reality. So,
I mean, so beforehand, you never thought about being a professional singer before, or was it just something that you?
Right, I had always dreamed of it, but I never knew that it would, become an actuality.
Okay. So, I mean, joining the Superstar K, was that something that kind of you were like really planning to do, or trying to make something out of it, or was it just something?
Well, in the beginning, it was more like, I want to try this and see what other opportunities it would bring.
Okay.
Yeah. And at first, it was just like, let's give it a shot. And then, kind of worked out really well.
It worked out really well for you. Well, that's great. Let's take a song break. Let's hear another song from your record, your new record. Can you tell us a little bit about the song that you want to listen to?
Sure.
Want us to listen to, actually.
Right. Yeah. This track is called Good Day. It's written by Kim Young-seok 교수님 and Kimina 작사가님. It's very, upbeat. It's nice to listen to during the morning or during the day. Yeah.
All right. This is Indie Studio. We have John Park here with us, and we're going to hear a song called Good Day from him, and we'll be back after that talking about his album and more about him.
나는 왜 또 설레 매일 보는 그대 얼굴에 난 머리도 좋은 편인데 왜 그대 볼 때마다 처음 같나요 때마다 저 키스 같아서 너무 두근거려 혼자 매일 첫사랑을 해 내 머릿속 작은 지우개 그대의 익숙함만 지우나 봐요 Have I told you that I loved you before 120번째도 넘는 이 말 누가 그래 사랑한단 말 흔하다고 말하지 마요 그때 날이 좋은 날엔 난 느낌이 좋아 그대와 손잡고 어디든 멀리 떠날 수 있잖아 비 내리는 날엔 더 느낌이 좋아 그대 가까이 안을 수 있어 Every day's a perfect day No matter whatever girl 만나요 오늘은 또 다른 모습으로 날 놀라게 해 난 그대가 이래서 좋아 작은 표정만으로 딴 사람 같아 Have I told you that I loved you before 120번째도 넘는 이 말 누가 그래 사랑한단 말 흔하다고 말하지 마요 그때 날이 좋은 날엔 난 느낌이 좋아 그대와 손잡고 어디든 멀리 떠날 수 있잖아 비 내리는 날엔 더 느낌이 좋아 그대 가까이 안을 수 있어
And that was Good Day off the new mini album from Superstar K, our mesmerizing singer, John Park, here with me in the studio here at Indie Afternoon. Yeah, actually, I was looking back. You did release a single before.
Right.
And it was kind of your debut.
Sort of, yeah. It was a soundtrack for a movie.
Right.
It was kind of like a digital single, kind of like an OST.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Your approach on that song and what you're doing right now with your brand new mini album.
Yeah.
It seems to be a lot different. And,
yes, it is. I used to have this this persona that was very like a suit and like neat hair and gentle, that kind of image. But I don't really like that. I don't think that's really me. I want to be a little more. I would like to show a little more of like the rough side, a little.
The more inner you, maybe possibly. Or
yeah.
The more looser you.
Yeah.
Because the first song that you kind of debuted with for that OST for that movie was more on people called it very Michael Bublé-esque.
Right. Exactly.
And kind of
like
a
jazzy
crooner,
big
a jazzy
band,
crooner, and
right.
very neat guy. And then on here, your music on your new album, again titled Knock,
right?
Seems to be a lot more looser and
yeah.
I guess it was a deliberate approach of the way you wanted to.
I wanted to show more like fragility and like a wider range of expressing myself.
Okay.
Vocally.
Right.
So I think we did a good job.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. When I coming off, the major, television shows from American Idol to Superstar K. Personally, I thought maybe you were going to go more to the K-pop side of music.
Right.
But you signed with a label called Music Farm, and
yeah.
of course, artists there, are very well known for, of course, their showmanship and entertainment abilities, but also because of people like to think of their quality music to be
exactly.
A lot higher, and because they're all songwriters
yeah.
and established artists themselves. And I was wondering, why why you took that approach and signing with this kind of label.
Right. After the audition program ended, it was really confusing. I didn't really know which path to take.
Okay.
But I really thought about it hard, and you know, in the end, it was music that got me started doing everything, and so I decided to just stick with it. You know, it might take a longer time to, you know, really flourish my career, but I think it's important to be centered in this industry and know exactly what you want and what you want to do. And I just wanted to learn more about music and work with, you know, artists that I really like, that are really great. Yeah.
Okay. The title Knock, what's this all about?
Yeah. So Knock is, we decided to name it Knock because we're knocking on the Korean music industry. And I want to be a little cautious because, first of all, this is my first album. So I don't want to, you know, give too much away or show too much. So I'm being a little more cautious, a little
slightly opening the doors.
Exactly. And as far as the songs go, Kim Dong-ryul 선배님 wrote 3 of the songs for me, and 1 is written by Andy Platts of Mama's Gun, and I actually wrote the lyrics to the title song, which is Andy's song. And you know, other than the 5 songs, there were a lot of songs to choose from to make this mini album, and those people include Ijeok 선배님 and of course you, Ray. Yeah. Actually, if you look at the teaser video, the background music is the song that you wrote for me, right?
Yeah, that I wrote for you.
Right, exactly. And so right now we're in the process of writing the lyrics for it.
For the song.
Yeah, and then hopefully by the next album it'll be out. So really a lot of, you know, great people wrote the songs for the mini album, and I think that's why the response has been so great. I mean, I worked hard to, you know, sing well, but the songs are just good, good quality songs. So very thankful for that.
You kind of like slapped in the middle of a lot of 선배, like a lot of, you know, established musicians. And how was it working with them? I mean, a lot of times, you know, I don't want to call you an amateur, but you know, new to the this whole process of, you know, writing and recording your own music, and you know, can you tell us a little bit about working with such people as Kim Dong-ryul? I mean, he's been working since he's been, you know, we can remember. I mean, since the early '90s, and
and it's
kind of known that he's kind of took you under his wing in a kind of way, I guess.
Yeah. There's been so much to learn about, and it feels unreal. Yeah, it feels unreal. I feel like, you know, maybe I don't even deserve to. They're way older and have so much more experience than I do. So when we were working together, I just tried to kind of soak everything in like a sponge. And I think that was the most important part. It's not about really showing my true colors, you know, in this first album and like being, bam, this is John Park.
Right, okay.
That wasn't like the centerpiece of the album. It was more me learning more about myself, learning more about Korean music, and yeah, I think that was key while preparing this album.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about your title song, Falling?
Sure. So Falling, written by Andy Platts, and the lyrics I wrote and produced by myself also. Falling, it has 2 meanings. You know, falling in love, but also the literal meaning of just falling down. And I think, you know, for me, I wasn't really talking about someone that I love. It was more about music. And more about the times when I felt really lonely. Kind of, you know, as I prepared the music, there were a lot of kind of hard times and just way too much time on my own, and, you know, thinking a lot. And
it can be dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. But I started to kind of enjoy that, and I fell more into music. I fell more in love with music also. And I think that whole just kind of feeling of being enveloped in my own music and kind of being sad, but also kind of enjoying that sadness. That whole experience was the background for the lyrics of Falling.
Wow. Yeah. You're going to be performing Falling for us in just a few minutes, and we're just about out of time. But your future plans, I mean, your goals as a musician, can you just tell us a little bit about what you're thinking right now and upcoming events, or maybe we can tell our listeners about your homepage and stuff so they could
Right. So through my first mini album, I hope to show myself more through TV or radio. And I've really gotten into songwriting. So I hope to write more songs, and hopefully by the next album there will be more music that's written by myself. And also my homepage is johnandrewpark.kr, and my Twitter account is johnandrewpark. So if you follow me there, you can keep up with all the news and the schedule on TV or radio. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Ray.
It's good to see you again.
It's really good to see you.
Good luck with your new album, and we'll see more and more and more of you as we come along.
Great.
You're a very nice man, so
thank you.
Man.
Thank you so much.
This was Indie Studio here at Indie Afternoon, and our special guest John Park. And as we finish up, he's going to be performing live for us his new title song, track called Falling.
하얗게 번지는 머릿속에다 그대를 새겨놓고 저 멀리 날아가 모든 게 보이는 두 눈을 감고서 시간을 되돌려서 그대로 돌아가고 싶어 Falling 이대로 falling for you 날 잡아줄 수 없어도 Falling 또다시 falling for you 날 감싸줄 수 없나요 좋았던 나날도 너무 아팠던 날도 이제 돌이켜보면 그저 그랬었나요 아니란 말이에요 멍든 가슴도 멍해진 내 마음도 다시 느낄 수만 있다면 Falling 이대로 falling for you 날 잡아줄 수 없어도 Falling 또다시 falling for you 날 감싸줄 수 없나요 까맣게 번지는 하늘 위에서 한없이 추락하는 날 보고만 있네요